Welcome back, everybody, to Movies with McWee. I know it's been about 3 or 4 months. I'm sorry, I've been trying to figure out what to post on this channel, and plus, I've been busy with work and other things. But today, I'm going to give you part one of two videos. I'm going to break down my top 20 movies so far 2024. Since we are in August, we're about halfway through the year now. Don't worry, this list will change and will be updated, and we'll have a video at the end of 2024, a full video. If I had to do two parts of it, I will, but I'm going to break down my top 20 movies of the year so far of 2024. I'm going to go 20 through 11 in part 1. Part 2 will be 10 through 1, so you guys don't have to be all suspenseful of a long waited video. I'm going to post them back, film them back to back, and probably post them back to back, just so you guys have content for a little bit while I get my stuff figured out and I want to do this for my YouTube channel. So we're going to start with movie number 20. Anyone But You movie was romantic. It was funny. I was chuckling, laughing, and smiling through the whole movie. Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney's banter is fantastic. The humor is witty. The humor is great. I loved it so much. I bought it physically. I own it over there in my collection that I will definitely rewatch eventually. I loved it. It was so fun. It was so great to watch them. Cannot wait to see what Sydney Sweeney does next. Obviously, we saw Glenn Powell do Twisters, which is also a great movie. We'll get to that in a little bit and later. But I love Anyone But You. Definitely a movie I want to rewatch. Go back to it. I gave it, I think, 4 stars on Letterboxd. It was just a great movie. It was fun. It was great. It was so fun to watch in the theater. Number 19 is Boys in the Boat. Boys in the Boat is a fantastic drama-filled, hopeful story about the United States rowing team in a time of Nazi Germany in the Olympics in the 1930s, when obviously Germany and the USSR are on a rise in Europe. This is a gritty story about, a group of random teenagers at the streets of America come together, raise money for the rowing team, and go out and win the Olympics for the United States of America in front of Hitler, in front of the world, to prove everybody that we don't mess with us as a country. It was so emotional. I was invested. My heart was invested in the story. I wish I watched it again in theaters. I do plan on buying it and owning it eventually. My God, that was so fun, so awesome to watch. If you haven't watched it, please go out and watch it. It's so incredible. It's based on a true story. An incredible true story, excuse me. Loved it so much. Number 18, Society of Snow. This is a foreign film about a sports team that crashes their plane in the Alps, and they just survive while being in the snow where they're waiting to get rescued. And this movie was emotional. It was intense. It was so mentally disturbing that I cannot wait to see if we get any more foreign films like this. This is also based on a true story, and I was left speechless. When the credits rolled, I was like, whoa. I didn't know what to say. I was blown away from this movie. I'm glad it was nominated and won an Oscar last year, because my God, it was so good. I loved every bit of it. Number 17 is Lisa Frankenstein, starring Katherine Newton and Cole Sprouse, about Lisa trying to find the love of her life, but ends up falling in love with Frankenstein and brings him back to life by using various body parts from her friends, her exes, so on and so forth, until she builds him up as a proper man. It was comedic, it was gnarly, it was cute. I highly enjoyed it. It was very fun. I love Katherine Newton, I loved her in Abigail. I cannot wait to see what else she does with her career, because she crushed it in this movie. Please go watch it. It's on Peacock right now. Please sit down and watch Lisa Frankenstein. It's like an hour, 40 minutes long, just under 2 hours. It was a blast in theaters for me. I loved all of it. Number 16, this is going to be kind of controversial because I want to put this movie higher, but I am going to jump this list up at the end of the year. It's Dune Part 2. Coming off of a very underwhelming Dune 1 back in 2017, 2018, I was not really excited for Dune Part 2 because I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. I loved it. I watched it twice in IMAX. It was fantastic. I loved Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya. The whole cast crushed it. I loved all of it. It was such a great movie. It was such a great story. I'm excited to see where Denis Villeneuve goes with Dune Part 3. Obviously, he's called Dune Messiah. He's going off of the book titles. I'm excited for it. I'm intrigued. I'm definitely excited to see a darker side of Paul Atreides that we saw a little bit in Dune Part 2 when he fought Fade Ratha, which was played by Austin Butler, which he also crushed it in his role. Number 15 is Late Night with the Devil, movie about a TV show that's ratings gone down, so they have a Halloween special. But he interviews a woman that has a daughter or raising someone who is possessed by the devil. The movie is so spooky because little things happen throughout the movie that make you get blown away at the end. The ending scene, I was flabbergasted. I was speechless. I didn't know what to say. I had to process the movie in theaters after I came out of it because I didn't know how to feel. And I love it. I have the posters over on that wall. I mean, let me see if I can show you. Yeah, it's right there. Oop, wait, there. I love it so much. It's such a good movie. I loved every part of it. I cannot wait to own it on physical because I will definitely revisit that during Halloween time. It's on Shudder right now if you want to go watch it. I'm pretty sure you can excuse me, you can rent it elsewhere. Number 14 is The First Omen, which is a prequel to the original First Omen, and oh my god, the cast, the plot, the scenery was crazy. I know movies like this can be a little cliche because they're all based in churches in Europe and there are nuns, but this was so great. I loved every single part of it. It was scary. I was scared to my bones. I was not preventing the jump scares. Definitely loved it. Number 13 is Alex Garland's new movie, Civil War, about how America is undergoing a civil war when America is split into 4 different parts, and you have to answer questions from the other areas because you have to identify as a specific American to be liked. It follows 3 journalists that bring along a young girl who doesn't know what she's doing, but they travel to DC to meet the president, which is Nick Offerman, because they're trying to get an interview with him before he gets executed because he is the one who caused everything about the Civil War happening. I own it. You need to watch it. It's such a good movie. IMAX experience watching it was insanity. The sound design, the set design, the production design, and the way that traditions go. I was just watching them travel across the country, seeing all the destruction of America because of one person. The president, there was supposed to trust, but Nick Offerman kills it as the president. I love it so much. Number 12 is If, New John Krasinski movie starring a plethora of major stars, but a select few: Steve Carell, Ryan Reynolds, so on and so forth. It is a great movie, great children's movie. It was cute, it was funny. I am 22 years old. I don't think I've ever enjoyed a kids movie as much as I did with If. I watched it 2 or 3 times, and I loved it every single time. It was so fun. And number 11, the last of part 1, Back to Black, the Amy Winehouse biopic that follows Amy Winehouse as a British musician trying to get a name for herself with her music that talks about her addiction, her rehab, and her drinking problem that ends up taking her life in 2011. She died of intoxication. And it was great. The actresses they picked for her sounded like her, acted like her, and portrayed her pretty effectively. Biopics can be a little questionable with the actor or actresses they pick, but I think this actress did a great job portraying Amy Winehouse. Definitely loved it. Definitely gonna own it. It's on Peacock. Definitely go watch it. I highly recommend it. But thank you guys for coming to part 1 of 2 of my top 20 movies of 2024. I will be filming part 2 right after I'm done posting this one. So you guys get 2 parts in one day. So you guys have to wait around for it. definitely enjoy watching movies this year. Cannot wait to get my full list properly ranked at the end of 2024. There are a lot of good movies coming out this year that I'm excited to watch. Craven, The Crow, so much more is coming out later this year.